This is Roshan here from CENTV. So today we have a very special guest, Ma'am ARUNA Ravikumar. So she is an author and she is an independent journalist and a filmmaker also. So we'll discuss the topic regarding is multi-level marketing scheme a Ponzi scheme. That is the topic we are going to discuss today. So a very good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also good. So I want to from the very first point. I'll come directly to the question. From the very first point, we want to know the viewers. Me also, I want to know what is the legality of multi-level marketing in India.
Good question. They are not legal at all. They've been banned. They're illegal. They've been banned way back in 1978, according to the Price Chits and Money Circulation Schemes Banning Act. That is in 1978, okay. Much before these people.
Okay, long back.
Yes. So all these so-called multi-level marketing companies came into India post-liberalization. So they came in the 90s after these economic reforms and the license Raj was removed. So we had foreign direct investment, and a lot of companies came into India, and they started. They came as direct selling companies, and they used this model of multi-level marketing, which is banned.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is direct selling companies? Can you specify? Because a lot of these companies are coming up recently. The B1 direct selling also India, which was recently banned, yes. I think, but still they are operating. So we want to know a little bit details of these direct selling companies. What is it?
So I'll ask you a question. What do you understand from direct selling? When we say direct selling, what is the first thing that comes?
Direct selling means when we are getting a product, we have to sell direct. We have to take the product from the company and we have to sell the product to the.
Exactly, like the milk supply from the vendor to our houses, or anybody who's giving anything directly to the house. That's direct selling, right? But these companies, they have their own representatives, and they say that our products are available only through our distributors or independent representatives, IRs as they are called. So these people have started operations, but their model is multi-level marketing, but they use products as a cover. Some people sell health supplements. Some people started with gold coins. For instance, your QNet was initially Gold Quest. They sold a limited edition gold coin, and when their legality was questioned, then they started a different company using the same model. They changed the name from Gold Quest to QuestNet.
Okay.
In 2001, Gold Quest was formed, and in 2012, 5, I think, QuestNet came. Then from 2012, it is QNet. It is the same company with your Vihan Direct Selling, all these names they are using from 2012. So what happens? The model is the same. They are operating illegal pyramid and Ponzi schemes that have been banned because they benefit only a few people on the top of the pyramid, say the promoters. But as the base expands, it doesn't benefit people. People are losing money, they are losing relationships, and these top line pyramid operators or uplines, as they are called, they are evading tax. They don't pay taxes in our country. They are sitting outside India and operating their schemes because these are all MNCs, multinational companies, and operating multi-level marketing schemes. And of course, you have the desi versions also. You have local companies emulating the model. Once you see that something is successful, okay, we are able to cheat people like this. So lots of people are inspired.
Okay. So see, this thing is running before this long back, but still now the government, a lot of cases are there. Recently also in Jaipur was there, and long back in Hyderabad was there, and in different areas in Bangalore is there, in Delhi was there. Lot of thing has already been there in the newspaper also, even FIRs are there, even lot of action is taken by the police. But still now, why it is running? Still now, is the government not doing anything, or they are blindfolded, or what might be the main reason for this?
See, the profits that these companies make are huge. Just imagine each place they are starting one pyramid, they have upline, they have so many members downline, right? And then
Yes.
they wind up operations in one place, they begin afresh in another place. And this is a
Okay.
central act, right? This is a central legislation, this Price Chits Act. But it has to be, law and order is a state subject, as you know.
Uh-huh.
So state
Mhm.
governments have to take action. And what is
Okay.
happening is once they take action, then there's multiple agencies involved about the, about the jurisdiction, about the products, whether which department has to deal with it. There are some 16 different departments. So there is this
Mhm.
passing the buck mentality. Why should I nail somebody? Let somebody else act. Moreover,
Okay.
the reason they are not acting is like you said, political patronage.
Okay.
All parties in power who have, because they have that kind of money, because they run huge ad campaigns in media. They have brand ambassadors, they have Bollywood actors,
Yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
their, so they are able to cheat people. First thing is the way of they operate. They
Mhm.
mesmerize you. They lead you to believe that you're going to become millionaires overnight,
Yeah.
just using
Yeah.
your network.
Yeah.
They say your network determines your net worth.
Uh-huh. Okay.
People, so they tell you, see, they suppose I meet you and I tell you, see, look, so many people, you're in the media, you have so many contacts. What do you need to do? You just need to enroll some other people, and you'll get commissions on their enrollment, and
Yes.
they have to bring in more people. So this chain continues, but they don't realize that this is a vicious cycle. This is a vicious chain that is not going to fetch you any money. That's going to make you lose your money and your relationships and your peace of mind, and then it's a threat to the nation also.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's a big threat to the nation overall. I mean,
Yes,
and
yes,
this see, they are operating from different international means areas. It might be Hong Kong or Dubai or whatever it is. So what might be the lobby? Some lobbies might be there, right? Something international is happening. So
yes.
can you send a brief about that? Because I think you will be the right person for this question. I think for the international
Lobbies,
lobbies and all.
lobbies. Rather than, we can't pinpoint any lobby as such, but I would say it's a systemic failure, because you say
Uh,
so many cases are in the judiciary also, and these cases have gone to the high courts, have given judgments.
yes, yes.
Justice Murtha Patkar has given a very good judgment in Bombay High Court, where she said QNET is a scheme where one person is fooled and he's trained to
Mhm.
fool many others. She has said
Yes,
this.
yes, yes.
But what happens is when it goes to Supreme Court, then they hire the best of lawyers, and some judgments, unfortunately, they're all judiciary has not been very active in giving clear cut judgments, because of
Yes,
which they interpret it, they misinterpret judgments, and they say one court has given some other judgment. There's no coordination between the different wings, and there's no unified action. And see, when they shut shop in one place, they are appearing in another place. It is like a hydra.
yes.
When you cut off the head,
Yes.
there's another one coming. According to Hindu mythology, there's one Rakshas. When a drop of blood falls, one he emerges again. So from each drop of blood, he emerges like that. Rather than, if it's a naked money circulation scheme where you say you're paying so much and you're getting high rates of interest, which is also questionable. These are product based, which are more dangerous, because you don't realize one place they're selling magnetic beds, one place they're selling Herbalife, weight loss products. In another place
Mhm.
they are selling vacation packages like in QNet, holiday
Yes.
packages. So you can't make out different names, different states, different people,
Mhm.
same scheme.
So, ma'am, what might be the solution from your angle? What might be the solution for this?
Yeah, one thing is we need a unified body to take action. You just can't leave it to these different agencies, each one passing the buck and saying, this is not my responsibility, this is not my department. For instance, there were teak plantations. So there was a, dilemma whether it comes under the agriculture ministry or the commerce ministry or the finance ministry. So different jurisdiction issues are there, but the
Yeah.
point is political will should be there to take action against this. You can't just say it's a law and order is a state problem, so they're mushrooming in different states. For instance,
Uh-huh.
in Telangana, in unified Andhra Pradesh, so many cases were taken against these magnetic beds. There
Yes.
was a company called Japan Life. They sold mattresses worth 5,000 rupees for 1 lakh rupees. the pricing, they're fooling people in terms of pricing, in terms of the whole scheme, the fraudulent scheme, because if it's not viable, it's mathematically impossible to run
Yes,
these
yes,
schemes. Mm.
yes, yes.
So actually, you should know the signs. For people, I would say to not to become victims, because everybody says you're paying for your greed. Who are cheated?
Mm.
People who become members, who are enrolled. But why are they getting cheated? Because in India, there's this trust issue. We trust
Yeah.
our relatives, we trust our friends, and we have a huge
Uh-huh.
population. Why are these
Mm.
countries running their schemes in countries, developing countries like India, in Africa, in other third world countries? Because there's a huge population. One thing,
Yes, yes.
they can
Uh-huh.
cheat so many number of people, they can move on from, so they make their money, so they couldn't care less if the pyramid is there or broken or whatever it is. And the worst thing is people are borrowing money at high rates of interest. They're borrowing from
Yeah,
microfinance, they're borrowing from banks. Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
so what, you do use your money, you come out. No, you're paying money or paying interest. And many people, many youngsters, unfortunately,
Uh-huh.
students, IT employees, they do not tell their families that they are investing this money. They think they'll make
Yes,
huge money and then they'll go and tell their families. But it doesn't happen.
yes, yes.
In Hyderabad, for instance, one IT employee had borrowed 20 lakhs and invested in QNet, and he couldn't face his family, he committed suicide. That was 3 years ago. So there are cases where families have been broken up because the wife becomes a IR and she believes that she'll continue to make money and her husband is not allowing her. So marriages have broken up.
Yeah,
People have
yeah.
come side, and sometimes this is boss bringing pressure. Somebody joins in an office and
Mm.
he'll force his subordinates, come on, you get me business, you get me more recruits. So people
Yeah.
have lost everything. So one thing is, from the government point of view, there should be a political will, there should be a coordinated body to act on this, because there is a serious fraud investigation office. There's a report by the government of India itself. They've
Mm.
studied MLM schemes, especially Gold Quest, in detail, and they've come up with a lot of recommendations. Unfortunately, the report hasn't seen the light of day. It is there. Nobody's acted on
Mm.
it. It's not that government has not done. In fact, the act itself is a very good act, but it has to be
Okay.
implemented. When it
Yes,
doesn't, it's not implemented,
yes.
it's a toothless act. So from the
Okay.
government side, we need a dedicated action, and from people's side, they need to be aware. What is a Ponzi, and anything that says recruit more people and you'll get
Uh,
commissions on. You know very well that it is a Ponzi and pyramid scheme. So
exactly, exactly.
when you find long lost friends suddenly getting in touch with you, and after a long time, hey, somebody from college and school say hi, how are you? I've been meaning to keep in touch with you, but somehow I've lost. But why don't we meet up for coffee? They always meet you in some coffee shop, and they'll tell you there's this wonderful business opportunity. So most of
Yes.
these places, many of these offices, they don't have, many of these companies don't have registered offices or employees. We can't see
Uh-huh.
them at all. So they are operating clandestinely. They're meeting you in coffee shops, in your office, and then once they get to you, they take all your data, they take your information, and they call them hot leads and warm leads. So
Exactly.
hot leads are people who you can influence directly, say your own sister or brother or somebody. Suppose you become a distributor. They are the first people you can influence. Then your close friends, then their friends.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
all these things, please don't, please suspect schemes that say you will become millionaires overnight. There is
Yes,
no
yes, yes.
shortcut to success there, and there are no free lunches here. So people
Yeah.
should be aware of that. And
Mm.
high rates of interest. How is it possible that they say your money will double in 11 months or whatever, become three times or four times, and you every week you learn 6 lakhs? Some companies, I'm talking about different schemes. Different companies have different ways of ensnaring you. They show you
Yes.
profiles of success. They'll show you if you want that dream vacation, if you want that beautiful house, if you want a lifestyle, if you want that fancy car, and if you
Yes.
want to make neighbors jealous of you, don't believe. And they'll also tell you, don't believe people who will stop you, because you need to have an open mind. They'll say a parachute in a mind works best when it's open.
Yes.
They'll
Yes.
give all kinds of the positive thinking, and they'll kind of mesmerize you with their talk. And so don't believe this glib talking people. Don't believe
Yes.
long friends who come with a business opportunity. Don't believe these high rates of interest. And don't let people believe you that you are going to be an independent business owner. Especially they target housewives, students, saying you can work from the comfort of your house, which they did even during COVID time. Now you're
Yes,
telling me
yes,
in Manipur there are nearly 100 victims or more than that during
yeah,
all
yeah,
this unrest in Manipur. During COVID time, when people were confined to their homes, people started, approaching them through social media, saying, "Come on, you don't have a job, you don't have to despair. You can start your life afresh. You can, from the four walls of your home, become a millionaire. You can be a boss babe." They tell women, can be an
yes.
business owner. So these are the things that they, So these are the
So
signs.
yes, yes. So the actual thing is, say, all you have said already is already happening in Manipur, and the plus is what they are targeting is the people who are staying in the relief camp. See, you have heard about the this ethnic violence in Manipur. So
Correct.
the people who are scared their houses are burned and all, they are staying in the relief camp. So they are targeting the people who are staying in the relief camp. They don't have their houses, they don't have anything, but they just have hope. And the hope is given by this QNet, whatever it is, and they are means going to another level of direction. So it leads to another level of this means Ponzi scheme. So it hurt the sentiment also, and most of the people they know it is fraud, but they don't want to disclose because it will hit their family very badly. That is the situation happening right now, and most
Yes,
of
they don't register cases. They don't register
yes,
cases. I get your point. They don't come out and register cases. Even police officials are not forthcoming in registering cases also. So
yeah,
that is
yeah,
also
yeah,
a big issue. I think there needs to be a lot more awareness about these things. And like you said, it's very sad that they target people in relief camps. They have lost
yeah, yeah.
everything. They're trying to rebuild
Yes,
their life, and they're
yes,
pushing them further. This is a depravity that they can they
yes,
are in that kind of a situation where they don't care for human beings, or they don't have a conscience, and
yeah, yeah.
they can stoop to any level. They can stoop down to any level to make their profits, to make their millions. And they have a lobby now. I remember they have a IDSA. They have a Indian Direct Selling Association.
Okay,
All these
okay.
multi-level marketing companies, it's called IDSA, IDSA.
Uh-huh,
Lobby
uh-huh.
with the government, and they got in 2016 they got a fresh set of guidelines. So they're always craving to get this legality issue, and they claim that we've been around for 25 years, so we have to be legal. Because of their staying power, they claim their legality. But what they are doing is they are doing this robbing Peter to pay Paul kind of schemes that they are doing. They pay off
Yes,
others
yes.
through the commissions that they get. And you have to renew your membership every year. It's not that you pay once and become a member. You
Okay,
have to become a member. You have to buy their products. Then you have to fool
okay.
others. But when you tell them I lost money, they'll say, okay, you
Uh,
get two more people, you can recover your money, or two more or six more.
that's all
So
the thing right now.
yeah,
And the thing is, the situation in Manipur is around more than thousands of people have already registered. I think for QNet, especially for QNet, and
correct.
recently some group has come up around nearly 100 people. They have come up, and nearly 30 FIR has already been approached to the police, but
Okay,
some are shifted to the cyber department, some are shifted to the crime department, and some took the FIR. So this victim also they are running here and there from department to department. They are also
correct,
confused because the
correct,
say in this particular situation in Manipur, the police station don't want to take FIRs because lots of situation is happening in lots of cases are there in Manipur. Not only for this scam, we have looted gun cases are there. Then lots of missing people are there, and lots of cases are there. So they don't want to take this thing seriously also. So
correct.
I want a suggestion from your side also. What approach we can do if we want to go for a immediate action? What approaches we can do to government side, police side? Please suggest.
Yeah, you have to get people to talk more about it, and you have to persist with your FIRs, because without the proof, even police can't act. And then you have to document everything. You have to say you've approached the police station on so and so date. Where have you filed your case? So you have to keep at it. I know this it's a difficult thing without the government setting up any. Like you said, they don't see this as a serious problem at all. There are other serious issues, so we can't waste our time on greedy people who've lost their money. That's how they see victims.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
exactly. You
it's not the truth.
greedy and also they feel little bit down.
Yeah.
That is the situation.
No, actually, there is
And
this economic offences wing which is supposed to look into it. But like you said, some are online frauds, some are, in person. And then these people, they fudge their account books. These companies are very, very smart. They operate like organized crime. That's what Richard Blakely has defined these companies as a some kind of parallel organized crime. Like I mean, it's no different from that. They have a battery of lawyers. They have their own network. They browbeat people. They threaten them. In There was a case of a fire in Swapnalok complex in Hyderabad recently, where there were Vihan company was operating. Then there was employees. One of them came out and complained. They said they filed a molestation case against him, a false case. So that's how they
okay,
browbeat people. So I would tell people not to be scared, because if your victims are there, you all team up together and fight for your cause, because unless you put pressure, nobody's going to act, because they're not going to feel the pinch. That's what I wrote in
yes,
my book also, Marauders of Hope, the book that I wrote on MLM marketing schemes. I was saying, because they are different. Like you said, there's a cyber crime wing, then there's economic weapons, then there are white collar crimes, then there's a CID. There are different wings of the police department also, because nobody knows what to do about this thing. So
yes.
we need a centralized thing only dedicated, because the magnitude is it's huge. When I wrote the book, I wrote it was about 10 lakh crores, the money that is
So,
being siphoned out through MLMs. Now it must
so
be 15,
can,
15
can you
lakh
explain
crores.
about your books? Can you briefly explain to our viewers what your books is
Yes.
really in? I
Because
also want to know.
yes, I wrote this book in 2019. Prior to that, I am also a television anchor and a journalist. I've been working on various subjects for 3 decades. Mostly, I've been a political journalist, but I'm very interested in social issues. So, one of the topics we discussed was these multi-level marketing crimes, because a lot of people at that point of time were committing suicide, as I told you. And when they lose their money, and a lot of cases, false cases of dowry. One person filed a harassment case against the husband because he didn't want the wife to be a distributor. So she said domestic violence and dowry case she filed against him. So there are many cases like that. So I had a discussion in my studio where I called a representative of a company called Amway, and then there was
Okay.
this NGO and a victim. So when
Hmm.
I started speaking to them, I realized that the problem is very, very deep rooted, and that there are huge number of victims all over the country. It's not only in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Northeast now, and Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh. They have different kinds of schemes, all masking the real, you know, what should I say,
Exactly.
the network, the actual scheme, the Ponzi scheme
Yes.
is masked with products. So that's when I realized I felt I should speak to victims. So I spoke to a lot of victims. I spoke to people who are crusaders who are working for this. I spoke to one Mr. Sajjanar, who's an officer, the first officer in the country who's acted against multi-level marketing. When he was the one who took action against Japan Life and Gold Quest and all these companies and Amway. In fact, the Amway chairperson was arrested in Hyderabad, uh,
Okay.
in Telangana. So these are many cases were taken. It's not that people are not acting, but the thing is, we are not finding the result. It's not reaching a logical conclusion, because it's getting stalled at the judicial level. So the judiciary has to be more proactive in these cases, and there should be pressure. Unless people, there are more and more FIRs, and more people approach courts and seek justice, I think nothing's going to happen. So the reason for writing this book is to get government to act against this, because this is no less a crime. In fact, it is a worse crime, because if you're targeting the poorest of the poor people and making your millions out of this country, and so much of money is going out of this country, and defense people also have been targeted. So there's a threat to the SFIO report says that there's a threat to the country also, and they honey
Yeah.
trap people. They honey trap some defense personnel and get them to become members. So there are a lot of issues. So it's one crime
Uh,
leading to another. That's when I felt that I should write something about this. And it was very well received.
very-
I've traveled to 13 cities. I came up to Guwahati also.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, and there
Impressive.
also people told me everywhere they say everywhere there was one victim in every family. Even the media persons who spoke to me, everybody saying, "Ma'am, my brother has been cheated, or my so and so, or I myself, have been a victim." So I felt it was a deep rooted, problem. But we are only seeing the tip of the iceberg. There's more to it. That's why I wanted to write about it, and I'm working on another book also in a detailed manner, because the more you read about it, the more shocking the
What?
revelations are.
Sure, means I'll definitely read your book. Means and ma'am,
It's there on
yeah,
Amazon, so you can get it from Amazon. And yeah, everywhere people ask me, did you get any threats, or how did you write this? You know, uh, Fortunately or unfortunately, I didn't get any threats, but it did. I think one person tried to find out. I mean, what are you writing
okay,
like this, and try to speak in a harsh manner. But beyond that, I didn't get any threats, and I'm glad that it resonated with a lot of people, and a lot of people came up to me like, you, what can we do about it? So the idea of writing the book was to look for a solution, not to just
yes, yes,
merely state a problem. Everybody knows the problem, but how deep rooted it is, how they approach people. So if people
uh,
read this book and people know about the signs of MLM, what is direct selling, then they stay away from this. It's like a vaccination, like it protects you. When you're aware, you can't be cheated, right?
yes, yes,
And from the government
exactly,
point of view, when you bring pressure on the government, I'm sure the government will be forced to act, because they have all these SFIO report, which is a very, very wonderful document. They have very, very good judgments also, though many have
okay,
been stalled, and there's ambiguity in most cases. But I think going forward, if more and more people come to know about this, I think the government will be pressurized to act. And also, I feel
yes,
Bollywood celebrities also should be more responsible.
right.
There was a
That's
change in the advertisement act. When you endorse a product, if the product is substandard, you are liable to be punished. But I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
it is implemented.
So I was the next question I was about to ask about this Bollywood celebrities. Why
Yes.
they are in the MLM? Means I want to know. Lot, that's also big name. Say Shahrukh Khan, Army Khan. Then recently Vidya Balan and Rajkumar Rao has already gone to some Malaysia or somewhere.
Yes, yes.
So how they are approaching these celebrities and how they accept this thing because they have lots of followers. People trust them blindly. These Bollywood
Exactly.
celebrities. So,
Exactly.
it is a very good point to the Tunet company or whatever element company is there. They are saying that even these Bollywood actors are coming. It is a very rigid company. It's a very reputed company. You guys have to join. That type of information is surpassing. So,
Yes.
do you want to say this Bollywood point of view from your end? Bollywood and MLM. What is
Yes, it's a big nexus. Like you said, they should find out about the company, the credentials. Like you said, Questnet has this week-on conferences, which are huge. They have it. It's banned in Dubai now. They used to have one in Malaysia and one in Dubai. Dubai, the
uh,
government has banned it. They don't allow the conferences, so they're having it in Malaysia. They have some
uh,
18,000 to 20,000 people there, and it's like a cult-like techniques. They when they're the people who started the company, when the founders enter, they treat them like gods. And then they create that hype, that kind of music and cheering, we are one family. They appeal to the emotion of the people, and then they say, see, if you don't listen to people who are trying to stop your progress. And then they have profiles of success where people say, I'm a single mother, and I started from nothing, and today I own this big house and car, I've educated my children. Such stories, they try to influence people, brainwash people. But coming to Bollywood celebrities, I think they are paid huge amounts, firstly.
yeah,
So because they have that kind of money, because they are making huge, huge profits on
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
They are substandard products, they're collecting commissions, they're evading taxes, they're evading GST, they're evading income tax, and money laundering is happening. So name it, and they're doing everything. There's
Yes,
every
yes,
kind of violation happening. How come Bollywood celebrities don't do a check before
yeah.
accepting these? Is only money important for them?
So
They should.
government also take care for this celebrity thing because they are also leading the people in a very wrong direction. So government they are also responsible, fully responsible. Same with the company. So I think both are directly related. So we have to blame all the celebrities also who are indulged in this
Definitely,
multi-level marketing. Yes,
definitely. They can't claim innocence when they know that so much is coming in the media about these companies. Every other day there is so much written about multi-level marketing
yes,
companies. They are blacklisted. Now when you know these companies, this is one reason why, for instance, QNet, the founders haven't come to India for more than 10 years.
oh, okay,
All the operations here, but they haven't stepped into here because there are FIRs against them.
yes,
And
yes, yes,
one, Mr. Suresh Timri, the CEO, is absconding. Then the founders have not come here. They have not set foot on Indian soil. Though in
Okay.
2008 they had come here, the government of India at that point had invited one of the founders as a chief guest for
Okay.
a meeting.
Okay.
So the sad part,
And
everybody has to
yeah.
do a reality check. Even the government, when you should find out the credentials of the people who you are inviting as guest speakers, right?
Yes, yes, yes. See, even in the any festival or any function or any football tournament, big tournament, even film fair, what QNet or MLM company are sponsoring.
Correct.
So government need to check all these things. If they are sponsoring, then it became a point to them to speak to the customer that this I think we are doing. It is a well-known this company, so you guys can become a millionaire. Like that kind of brainwash thing is happening.
Yes.
So ma'am, last question is. How should a consumer be very cautious about this thing? What suggestion you want to give to a particular person or who don't know anything about this MLM or any this QNet or whatever Ponzi scheme is there? What suggestion you want to give to a person? That's the question.
Check out the veracity of the products first of all. When you're saying from a consumer point of view, a toothpaste that costs say 25 rupees, yeah, I'm just saying, when you're buying from MLM companies, it's costing 250 rupees, 10 times the price. So
Yes.
first you check the pricing, the availability. Then direct selling, it is not direct selling, because when you have a line of distributors, how is it direct selling? When you have a chain of distributors, how can you call yourself direct selling? That itself is a misnomer. Okay, so
Yes.
when there's so much available here now, there's so much information. Be cautious about high rates of interest, about friends and relatives approaching you with products, about the pricing of products, and about the model recruitment and enrollment. Commissions on
Okay.
enrollment is a big indication that it is an MLM company. And all these conferences, please be wary of these so-called positive, glib talking speakers who raise your emotions, who will tell you that you can build your life, and who will reduce you to tears through their magnanimity. And be cautious about such things. If you're careful
Yes. Yes.
about these small leads, I think there is no need. And when they try to coerce you to borrow money and invest in something,
Okay. Okay.
which they are doing,
Okay.
which they're getting you loans to invest in their firms from microfinance, from banks.
Yes, consumer have to take care for all these things. So, ma'am,
Yes.
lastly, if you want to add up anything regarding this topic, you can add up any views or points to add up. You can add up from your end. If I miss out some questions, also you can add up something.
Yeah, yeah. No, see, these schemes have not worked anywhere. If it's banned in Nepal. The QNet scheme was responsible for the collapse of a bank in Sri Lanka in 2005, and it's banned in many countries. It's not a viable scheme at all. And because of that, I think going forward, I feel the more and more we try to build awareness, like through media, just as they are spreading it through a chain, we can also spread it through a chain of human beings. We can also
Yes,
put in
yes,
this word and tell people that don't fall for such schemes. So I think we should use their same techniques, and try to read up more about these things. You'll find more information on the media. My book is also there. There is a book called Ponzinomics, written by Mr. Robert Fitzpatrick. He's also, after my book came, he has also written one book. And read about it, be aware, and spread it. Don't keep your knowledge to yourself. Tell more people that don't fall for such schemes. That is from the people's point of view. And as you get together as victims, you all try to put pressure, because don't leave it, because after some time people are bound to get fed up and not approach courts or police stations. You know Talk more about it, spread the good word, and try to bring pressure on the government to act. I think it will happen.
yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, ma'am, for all your precious suggestion. So we have to be very aware of this particular Ponzi schemes and all this multi-level marketing thing, and we have to educate people. And by using their chain system, we have to educate people through the chain system what they are using. So that's a
Yes.
very good advice. And
Yeah.
thank you so much, Honorable Ravikumar, ma'am, for joining our crime and scandal episode. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Okay.
giving me this opportunity. And as I said, awareness is everything. When you're aware, you can never be a victim.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.